Hello, Weebs and Normies. Welcome to the Anime Club. I'm Graham.
And I'm George.
George, I was thinking this week, I haven't seen the public comments yet because of the nature of the 2 weeks ahead, but I felt bad that I was like predicting, soon we're going to get real close to what my complaints are. And then as we got closer and it didn't look like it was going to be the time, everyone was like kind of speculating. We had a lot more people commenting about it than I thought. And I felt bad that I was like, man, I didn't intend to hype this up and then have it not come to fruition. So I'm not even going to predict anymore. You know what? It's just going to happen when it happens.
I almost thought you were going to say, but I think this time for real.
No. I'm not going to do that. I genuinely felt bad, so I'm not going to make any predictions. It could be this one, could be the next one, could be the next one after that. I have no idea. I genuinely have no idea. I do want to talk about it, but I do think it's more underwhelming than people will think. I don't think it's that interesting. Maybe people will think it's interesting. Maybe they'll think it's petty and stupid. I think it's probably petty and stupid, but it is what it is.
I mean, even if you even think it's petty and stupid, then what are others supposed to think?
I'd like to think I'm just self-aware, but
okay.
But I will say, at the very least, my opinion on this backstory that we just watched last week on Subaru has mended a total 180. Because like I said last time, I watched it last time and I went blah 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 blah, sob story, don't care, whatever, right? But I didn't listen to the nuances and how it kind of connected to the past and his past words and stuff like that. So yeah, I think if I can
I know it was amended. I didn't know it was a complete 180.
I would say so.
That's pretty big. Wow.
I was completely indifferent. Like, I thought it was dumb. I was like, okay, whatever. Another sob story to some freaking background character who got isekai'd. Okay, great. That's classic. Right?
Wait. Background character? This is the main protagonist,
Sorry, I mean background to a character.
Okay. I was going to say, what?
I said that really wrong. So I mean, like, it's just a kind of a classic thing. And I dismissed it out of hand just because it was like backstory, especially sad backstory for an isekai character. And I didn't appreciate the finer points. And while that part is generic, the how well they connected it isn't necessarily generic. They did a really good job of connecting it, and his words from the past are now kind of recontextualized for us. So I do appreciate that quite a bit, actually. I think it's really good writing, and I don't know if my future gripes, my bigger gripe, is going to be fixed through recontextualization. It's possible, but we'll have to see. But I'm not going to make any predictions about it.
Your gripe in Jobless Reincarnation was totally done away with.
Absolutely.
A gripe with ReZero has already 180'd.
That's right.
We're 2 for 3, man. Maybe it'll be 3 for 3. Maybe it'll say 2 for 3. Who knows? But at this point, I'm also very curious as to what that gripe was. We'll find out, I guess.
We'll find out.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how this continues, though. The fact that she has appeared in this, like, memory alternate. Like, I don't even know what you'd call it. Like, it's not really a memory, but it's just like a
memory vision kind of thing.
Memory vision, where you can like influence the memory. So interesting.
Do you have any predictions about what she wants with him? Like, why she's done this?
Yes, my prediction is that there's something, we kind of talked a little bit about it last time, which is that there's something to Subaru that allows, that the Witch of Envy wants. And whatever that same thing is, this witch wants. Maybe it allows her to escape her prison, right? Maybe it's something else. I don't know, like escape her prison, come back to life, however you want to phrase it. That's like the most apparent thing. But if it's not that, I don't know what else it would be. I don't know why she'd have such interest in Subaru, right?
Yeah. Well, if she's the Witch of Greed, right? Like, do you think that they really embody?
Could be just because she's the Witch of Envy greedy? Wants her. Yeah.
Right. So what would you? I was thinking about this. like if we take their names literally and they're the embodiment of their like sin that they represent, what would you say is the difference? Like if the Witch of Envy took like the power or killed all of the other witches because she was envious of them, what stopped the Witch of Greed from doing the same kind of thing because she wanted all the power consolidated for herself? Like, what? First of all, I guess there's really no answer to this. It's like, why didn't she do it? She's greed. Shouldn't she have been so greedy? So then my follow-up question to that really can't be answered because we don't know is, what do you think the difference between greed and envy is in this scenario?
Specifically about taking like powers from the other witches and stuff?
Yeah, because wouldn't it kind of be the same end result? Like,
there is a lot of overlap for sure. I guess more specifically, envy is something that somebody else has, whereas greed, it's not a respecter of persons, right? It's just like, I want things because I want them. Whereas envy is, I want things because she has it, right? I want what she has rather than like, I just want more, right?
So it's like greed light, basically.
It's greed light, yeah. They're kind of synonymous, right? Like, bro, you're being very greedy. You can say that to somebody who wants something that somebody else wants, right? But you could also say, bro, why do you envy that person? Like, it's, right? There's like, you could use them both in the same context. So, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Can you be envious about someone and I guess a thing that they have or whatever, be it a possession or a position, but not greedy?
You can be not greedy in the general sense, but the act of being envious, I would say, is being greedy. But like, you could like, you know, like, let's say, well, my coworker got a promotion. Why didn't I get that promotion? Blah, 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 blah. Obviously, there's more overlap because there's like pride coming in there at that point, right? But it's like, that promotion should have been mine. And why did Bill have to get it? Frick Bill, right? Specifically. Bill. And so like, it's just, you know, it's because Bill got the promotion that you wanted. But, you know, so I would say you're being prideful and greedy at the same time. And that culminates into you being envious about your coworker. But you could just be greedy in general. Right. And just, yeah. So.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm really having a hard time putting my finger on it, but I guess it maybe won't matter too much. I mean, maybe it will, but I feel like, I hope they explore that difference. I hope they have some really freaking interesting explanations of how like the differences between envy and greed and like what the witches do on account of those specific, I don't know,
because like
feelings that they have.
Because they also like, at least with gluttony, with how Betelgeuse used it, or sorry, not gluttony, sloth. Sorry,
Sloth.
He would say things, and I think I've said something like this before, but he would say certain things are the epitome of slothfulness when they're not traditionally used or not traditionally seen as something slothful, right? But it's just like, okay, if you interpret this action in this very narrow way, then yes, it is slothful. But if you look at it more in the just like the general sense, like no one would look at this and be like, oh yeah, well, Subaru was being slothful, right? Like, so I don't know.
True.
Maybe like being the witch of greed or the witch of sloth or all these things, maybe it's less so a power and more of like a limitation. And like the only things they're allowed to do are fall within the umbrella of sloth or of greed, but they can interpret things in a certain way. It's kind of like in the Wheel of Time, how the Aes Sedai aren't allowed to lie, but yet they avoid telling the truth many times by they essentially lie by omission.
Sure,
basically.
they're lawyers basically.
Yes, yeah, pretty much.
They do everything they can to get around the truth. Yeah.
Yeah. So they interpret the truth in a specific way so that when they say it, they didn't lie, but they also didn't say the truth, right? Which the whole point of the whole thing is, oh, you can trust the word of an Aes Sedai, and it turns out like you can't because they're
Right. Right.
they
So that's
Yeah.
the weird thing about this whole thing is like Sloth Betelgeuse was setting up an ordeal. Like he had a whole organization of people. He was setting
that's
up a
not
whole
slothful.
It's not
Like,
slothful at all. This dude was on the
Yeah.
forefront of like testing the vessel. Like he was about to emanate his plans. Like this doesn't seem
Yeah.
slothful at all. Like maybe we could say he was doing it for like years and just never got around to it and finally did, but it doesn't seem like I've seen like he was really proactive about this
Yeah.
and getting things done.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like I hope there's like more of an explanation about this or something, but it's just it seems a little odd, but I don't want to harp on it too much, I suppose.
Okay. Well, one way to find out, as we always say, and that's forward. So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
bro.
my gosh.
Come
this is
on, man.
Intro. Bro.
This freaking dude.
Of all the things you could freaking say. I mean,
Yeah.
he's absolutely freaking right.
Okay,
But-
I guess.
It's a weird, it's
Bro,
like why?
you're talking
Why
to the
say that?
freaking witch of freaking agreed, man. Like that's the first thing you think of. I am so like suspicious of these witches. I would be freaking wary about anything I say. He drank the freaking fluids. Like, come on, bro. Subaru is
The fluid juice. Let's go. Who knows what's in that, really?
this guy.
I mean, she looks cute in the freaking seifuku and the freaking uniform, bro. Like,
All right. I guess.
she was watching. Oh my gosh.
Bro, she's mocking him, dude. I like that he's like taking it as real.
Yeah.
Dang. What
Dang.
words of respect for his parents?
What would it matter if it was real or not, though, at this point, right?
True.
Three.
Oh, okay. Dude, is letting it her free a good idea, though?
Yeah, right?
She seems surprised by this.
True.
Yeah, what? So is Emilia okay then?
Yeah, not if she's
Maybe
freaking
not.
dead, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
He remembers.
Yeah. But he couldn't quite remember her face.
She's alive. Oh.
She has to confront her past. Oh.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Can't do it. Oh. What did she see, dude?
Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh, man.
Oh, man, that's tragic. Oh, Tosan.
Father.
What? Oh,
Help me.
Puck.
Oh.
Oh.
Poor girl, dude.
Bro, her teeth chattering like that? Holy
Yeah.
frick. That's a freaking good
What would
point.
that do? Yeah, but yeah, do they just not? Okay, they just don't wake up. I see.
It's her.
Yeah, it's this her girl. Yeah. Oh,
Ouch.
what? Bro, why would you do that? Yeah, what? Oh my gosh. Chill. Oh. Okay, it was a ploy to get him a message. My gosh, dude.
You don't wake up, probably.
Yeah.
I bet.
Oh. Oh. So it's not like they lose consciousness. Yeah, their soul is separated.
Jeez. What hell of a barrier, bro.
Oh.
What the heck?
Yeah.
She did tell you.
Oh my gosh. Contract. Okay.
So much freaking information.
Yeah. A lot, actually. Man, I wonder what she saw, dude.
Oh. Oh.
Oh my gosh, dude. She won't want to do it.
I don't think she's gonna want to do that, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, with how terrified she was, I don't think that's happening.
Seriously, dude.
You're relatively.
Okay, so hold on. What did the stone do again? It prevented them from falling unconscious
Allegedly,
while traversing
but
the red barrier.
She
Still kind of did.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he tried to throw he took it off her and tried to throw the stone. No.
Yeah. The weird thing is though, I don't feel like I understand what's happening with this freaking stone exactly. I don't know if there's like cut stuff that explains this a little better, but like, okay, so there's two scenarios. The stone worked or didn't work, depending on how you want to look at it, with Frederica's intention. And she became unconscious even with the stone, or because she had the stone, whatever it may be. Or Subaru took the stone off. He was wrongly thinking something was wrong. He took it off. That's why she became unconscious. And then, you know, she wanted... So then it's like, okay, if the latter is the case, Frederica gave this to her so she would come in the barrier and get stuck. But then...
Yeah, does it not allow them to come out?
Yeah, wouldn't that allow them to come out? Yeah.
And then Otto's plan would work because you just transfer them one by one.
One by one. Yeah, so it must be that the stone doesn't work. Right, it must be, right? It has to be.
Or it must be like maybe one way or something. I don't know. But the thing is, if it repels the barrier of a half-blood, because, or sorry, it repels the soul of a half-blood, if that's what the barrier does. If she fell unconscious, her soul left.
Her soul would be...
She still has her soul. It'd be on the outside.
That's what I was thinking too, right? It would be on the outside of the barrier, right? Like, does it work like that? Or does it like take the soul inside the barrier, so you have to go all the way in now to get your soul back? And that's why she became conscious, right?
Yeah, I see.
I don't think it's been expressly explained that way. All they've said is it repels the soul. So it's like, if it's a repelling barrier, it should repel it to the outside just as well as in the inside. It depends on what angle you hit it, but maybe that's not how it works. So I'm not 100% sure about that. The comments will have to help. If the rest of the episode doesn't explain it proper, then yeah, it'd be really helpful if someone kind of explained that. But bro, she went in again?
Poor girl.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh no. She really doesn't like that guy.
Freaking Ram. Yeah.
Fair.
Okay. Interesting. Oh.
Oh no.
He failed. Oh.
Oh boy, this is not going well.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, but how long is she gonna go on like this?
Seriously, before she like breaks.
エミリアの応戦参加が公になったら魔女教が暴れ出すってのは周知の事実だった。なのにお前は何をしてたんだ。そもそもお前は魔女教の情報をエミリアに伏せてただろう。エミリアは何も知らなかった。知ってれば何もかも違ったはずだ。違ってれば。
Oh. Man, all the stuff he's gone through, dude. He knew this was going to happen. Oh.
Holy frick!
Oh my gosh. Oh man, dude.
So frustrating.
Yes, this is what I want to know.
Seriously. Yeah, he knew this was gonna happen, like...
What?
He did it for
Dude,
their
this is
sake?
such a gamble though.
Bruh.
Yeah, like he's too Yeah, okay. Actually, let's let this play out, but I have so much to say about this. So let's just let it play out. Yeah, so many times they failed. Yes, exactly. No, dude. Does he know Subaru's true intention or true nature? No, dude.
True frick.
He knew.
Bro, what a
yeah.
freaking a-hole.
Okay. Does he know Subaru can return from death?
I don't think so.
How many times did Subaru fail though?
At least
how many times?
3 or 4?
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Before he like freaking got a handle of it. Okay.
So basically,
how does Roswaal? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Several times his gamble, he's feeling so smug right now, but like at least like 4 or 5 times his gamble totally failed.
Exactly. So does he know he can come back? He can return from death. How else? Roswaal strikes me as too smart to have all this ride on Subaru.
Yeah, he knows way
Right?
more than he's freaking letting on right now, but I don't think he knows that Subaru could do specifically returning from death. I feel like he knows something's up, and he knows that Subaru always gets to the right answer, but I don't think he understands how it's done.
Okay. I could see something like that. But it's such a gamble
100%.
because it failed.
It failed several times.
It succeeded once.
Yeah.
It succeeded once.
And
The timeline that we're on right now. And even now, it wasn't a 100% completion, right?
For
like
sure.
freaking Rem is gone, right?
Exactly.
And maybe in his mind, it's like, bro, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Who
Well,
cares? Whatever.
He doesn't even know that it was a sacrifice he was not willing to make.
Well, at the time, right? At the time that he made the gamble, he's like, I'm willing to lose some people in whatever way that looks, right? But as long as Emilia and Subaru remain.
But if Emilia were to disappear, he wouldn't know that he wouldn't have been willing to make that sacrifice, right? He may not have been, he didn't know that Rem was going to disappear, but now he can't even remember enough to regret the fact that that happened, right?
That
so
Rem
we don't
is gone,
know if that he was willing to make that sacrifice for sure. Right? We could guess.
So I mean that kind of just strengthens the point a little bit, because it's like then his gamble worked even less than he you know could have potentially had hoped. Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
So it's just like how why have this gamble fall on I was gonna say Rudy. Why have this gamble fall on Subaru's shoulders? Right?
Right.
Or what? It all depended on Subaru. There's no way he doesn't have some inkling about his true nature. Maybe it's not that he knows he can return from death, and maybe it's more like you said. But this revealed that Roswaal knows something about, like a lot about Subaru.
Right. Well, at the very least, it reveals that Roswaal has been watching Subaru way more closely than we anticipated. And if whether or not he can see the like witch's stench or aura on him is something we don't know just yet. But he was watching him so close, and in the things that have happened since Subaru arrived at the mansion and the miraculous things that made everything work out just right, he went, okay, that's freaking weird, bro. Like, everything worked out. There's this random guy who has no capabilities, no magic, no real magic power to speak of, all of this random stuff, and everything just happened to work out perfectly. And then he's like, I bet something's freaking going on. Let's do a gamble and see if it'll happen again. So he removes himself from a scenario that he knows is about to happen and that will be it's impossible for Subaru to overcome. But he gambles it and he says, somehow this guy's going to do it though. I don't know how, and it should be impossible, but he will. And then he does, and he goes, I was right. But he was wrong and right at the same time, because like Subaru did fail. His gamble fell through, but then it also checked out eventually. So I don't know how you I don't know how you like make peace with that, to be honest.
Yeah, it just like, it seems like such a big gamble for such a small downside. Like, okay, now this regional village trusts Emilia more. Like, okay, like,
but
I'm not trying to downplay.
But Roswaal knows a lot more about the royal selection and what's needed for that to come to fruition than we do, and we don't know the full details.
That's
right?
a fair point. That's
if
a fair
he felt
point. But like,
this was absolutely freaking necessary, and it could have been two birds with one stone. He absolutely needs the people to get on the side of Emilia, and this is like one of the only ways you could possibly do it. And he wants to test to see if Subaru can really pull through in this, what should be quantifiably impossible for him to achieve, yet he freaking achieved. He kills the white whale. I guess he doesn't know about the white whale perchance, but he does know about Krush and the Alliance, and he knows about the witches cult, so he may know about the freaking white whale stuff.
But he even said, like, I knew you would do an alliance with Krush. Like, how? Like, okay.
Did he say that specifically? That he knew he would make an alliance?
I'm pretty sure. Like, maybe we can go back and check after the episode or right now. Who knows? But like,
okay, we'll
that's
check.
That's a very specific thing to say. Like, it's one thing to be kind of like you said. It's like, this guy's kind of sus in a good way. I think he can pull it off, and I think he can defeat the witch cult. It's another thing saying, I know not only that you can do it, but I know some of the vectors with which you'll achieve that goal. Like, that's kind of sus.
100%, bro. 100%. They're absolute, like, this information has only just been revealed to us. It's entirely possible he has like some pretty freaking in-depth reason as to why he went along with this. And we don't know what's going on with him and Echidna, like, if anything at all. So like, we don't know if maybe like he's gotten information or like she's told him to do things. We don't even know if they've ever spoken. I don't think he has ever spoken, but he did make mention that his family has had some kind of association with her, right?
Yeah, they've been guardians, or guardians or something,
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, it seemed like the way he had described it with the relationship with the Mathers and Echidna was that there was some way that only they could communicate with her or like make a commitment to her or something like that. Like there was something that they could do uniquely. But then I guess Echidna talked like, we've said this before, that she hadn't spoken to someone in a long time. So like maybe not then. I don't know. Because when she was talking to Subaru, she's like, oh, I haven't talked with anyone. I haven't had a tea party and blah, 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 and forever or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Okay.
Well,
after the episode, let's come back and let's watch this again now once the like shock's worn off, because it was like shocking all the stuff he knew. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the fact that he let that go on is freaking crazy, especially considering Subaru literally went through it and he's like, wait a second. All the people died. All these terrible things happened. Literally, so you could be like, lol, let's test them and everything will work out okay. Like, what a freaking gamble.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay, well.
I think you were the one who paused it.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember. I'm a little worried, man. Who could be hiding in these bushes? That's literally what friggin' Ram's like, bro, don't let down your guard. And now we have this nice little conversation where Subaru has literally let down his guard like 30 seconds later. It's like, bro.
Nobody predicts something negative is going to happen in a show more freaking fiercely than George. Like, literally freaking nobody. Two characters can be like, I'm having a great day today. Yeah, I'm having a great day too. It's a good time. George's like,
just
everyone's
wait for that
dead.
Meteor to just like hit Earth right now.
Absolutely, 100%, bro. Like nothing good can happen whatsoever without George getting a bad freaking feeling.
Right? That's right.
Jeez.
What? What? Why would he be afraid to face Frederica?
Once she hears that something will happen.
Yeah, what?
Well, it's a little freaking late now. Okay. So they're taking the humans out because they're like, well, Emilia's here.
Emilia's here. Yeah, she can't leave until she frees the barrier. So
right. Well, this is gonna be good for the relations with the frickin' villagers because people are gonna be real happy that she's being used as collateral. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, they're back.
Yeah.
Crazy. What is Frederica gonna say? I wonder.
Yeah. So she's been planning something apparently.
Yeah, it's so weird.
You gonna be mad that he's back?
Frick. Oh, frick.
Bro. Oh. What?
Wait,
is she gone? Uh-oh.
The doors are open. What the heck?
Yeah, every door. Is Betty just like gone? Oh, what?
What was that?
The blood?
What? What? Oh, frick. It's his freaking guts.
Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, that was his hand. No way he's dying. Frederica? Is that who it was?
No,
bro.
it's freaking...
It's Elsa.
Elsa.
No way. Oh my
You're
gosh,
kidding
dude.
me. You're kidding me.
Where does he respawn now? A step forward and like 5 steps back.
Oh my freaking gosh.
Is he back on the freaking trail? Riding the carriage?
I mean...
That was the last spawn point, no? Unless it's been like moved up.
Yeah. No, I mean, logically, we would just assume that he's going back there unless it's changed. But I don't understand. No, he'd have to go through so much again. He'd have to go through the whole thing with Krush and all sorts of stuff. No, it seems too far back. I feel like it's updated in the sanctuary.
Maybe.
Right?
That would make more sense from like storytelling perspective. Like you wouldn't want to go that far.
The one in the carriage was specifically made to establish. So they
can't go back and save Rem.
And save Rem. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's probably in the sanctuary.
Wow. She's back, dude. What?
Aww.
So Frederica, Rem, and Betty are dead? Unless like Betty doesn't want to be found, and just because you open a door doesn't mean like
right.
You know, like the library could still be somewhere in the house.
It was so obvious. Like, I don't know about you, but when I saw those doors open, it was so obvious.
Yeah.
They're always closed. All the doors are always closed. So it was so weird.
And I thought
it
was Frederica. That's who I was suspicious of, but no. It was Elsa
what if Frederica is looking for Betty because like, I don't know, is Frederica okay? So let's assume because I have a feeling that maybe Frederica is conspiring with Elsa potentially.
Maybe, I don't know. Ram did just say like, I don't know what she's planning, but I trust her character, so I'm inclined to take Ram's word for that. But I don't know. I feel like it's been like, how long did they say since she was last here?
It's been a while, man. She's been out. Who knows what she's been doing out in the real frickin' world outside of the sanctuary, right?
Yeah.
It could be a total misdirect, and she's actually frickin' evil. So let's say that she's not evil. She's opening the doors, looking. Well, okay, probably. Yeah. But she's opening the doors.
She's dead.
She's opening the doors looking for Betty.
Probably.
Right?
Probably fleeing from
Elsa.
Yeah.
Right.
Opening the doors looking for help. Exactly.
Right. Looking for some help. But that doesn't make sense, though. Why wouldn't Betty help her? Right? Why would she have to open door after door after door?
I don't know.
Because it doesn't make sense. The alternative is Elsa is opening doors looking for Betty. Because, like, who else would it be? Because
then Frederica ran with, like, Petra or something. They fled.
Yeah, because we don't see Frederica at all, so she's fine, ? Like, maybe she left. But then that doesn't make sense, though, because how could Elsa even know that Betty exists? Like, she's like an entity that exists when you open the right door. Like, no one knows she's a fucking thing at all. So, that doesn't make sense either.
I don't know. Clearly, though, more people than just Roswaal and the people of the mansion knew of Betty. Like, apparently, Betelgeuse, or at least Betty knew of Betelgeuse, but I'm assuming it was like mutual. Well, right? He knew of her as well.
Totally different context, though. Like, that's like their past history kind of thing. Right? They have specific, and we don't. I don't think Elsa's with the witches cult, right? She just seems like she's a freaking psychopath.
She's something about. I don't know what she wanted. That little emblem that the little girl had,
and she said that her master didn't pay enough, and then Subaru apologized that she didn't have enough, and she's like, "No, it's not your fault. It's because my master didn't have enough money. Like they're gonna have to blame themselves for not giving or offering enough money." Remember that?
Okay, yeah. So maybe.
So she's working with someone, but I'm gonna say it's
and
likely
it's tied. It's maybe tied to the crown, the royal selection. Yeah.
Yeah, because she wanted the. Yeah, why would she want the emblem? The emblem
her
only
master
works.
Wanted it, maybe.
Yeah, but why would they want it? Because it only works when it's with a candidate. Could there be 6 candidates, but only 5 are chosen?
That's a potential. Like, there's maybe more than 6. Maybe it's just like 1% of the population is a candidate, but just the first 5 to come forth end up being chosen.
Oh.
It could be they found a way with which to manipulate that little thing to fake the candidate.
Right. That's a possibility. Yeah.
Or
So
something.
why would she?
Yeah.
So she's come here then for the amulet?
Could be to kill Emilia and get the amulet. And it could just be like, well, you guys are down one. We need another one. Here's another candidate that just so happens to be viable, right? But they manipulated it to, it's not actually viable. But, you know, they're faking it or something.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
Did
the
she know
frick
that Roswaal was missing? Or not missing, but absent? Do you think she would attack knowing that he's present? Like, I'm thinking power scaling.
Elsa?
Roswaal. Yeah, Roswaal probably far outclasses Elsa. I could be wrong, but he appears to be incredibly strong.
It might be a bad matchup for him. I'm not sure, like, we don't know his exact strength, right? Like, we know he's strong, like, probably really strong, but, like, matchups is also a thing to consider, right?
True.
Their other thing is, like, in effect, his mansion is, like, a layer. This is why I think, like, yeah, I don't know. Because, like, effectively, the mansion is, like, a layer, right? Like, in D&D, you have like a dragon, and dragons are pretty dangerous, but when you have a dragon in their lair, they get like special bonuses and like special attacks and stuff that they can only do in their lair, right? So when you're in a lair for an entity, you have all sorts of bonuses. Like Betty probably has, like, she did that whole thing with the library and made it all freaking wild and crazy, and she's able to manipulate things in there. So when Betty's in her freaking library, I bet she's freaking invincible. Like, I bet she cannot be freaking beat. Right?
Could be. Yeah.
So I wonder if Roswaal has some sort of advantage when he's in the mansion.
I mean, it could even be something as simple as like home field advantage. He knows the layout like nobody else.
Yeah.
He knows what's in each room.
That's like the simplest version of it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. There's just so many questions. Like, the doors are open. Frederica is missing. I wonder, you know what? I wonder if Frederica opened the doors, and then maybe if you go in the door and there's no doors that are closed, you can't go into where Betty's at, and they're freaking safe in where Betty's at.
Oh.
Right?
They could all be hiding, yeah.
It's like a security measure. If you can't open a door and you don't know, like, no one's gonna, Elsa's not gonna freaking close the door and open it, right? So if you don't know about the door thing, then it's like you can't access it.
Is it possible that like Betty can still like not manifest herself even if you open the last available door and she just chooses not to show up?
I don't see why not. Like,
yeah, so like it's even possible that like they were attacked. Betty knew. Betty could have even opened the doors like, "Hey, get in here." Close the door.
Can she open the doors? We don't know specifically that she can open the doors herself, but she's been
seen being out multiple times,
she's been seen out of her room, so I guess she could, in theory. But then that would lead directly to her, though. Opening that door, right, would open to her domain.
Yes, but like what I'm saying is like she opened it, it did lead to her domain, then she closed it, and she's gone, right? Like you can't. She's like in between doors, in between dimensions, and another dimension, like whatever it would be, right?
Yeah,
like
I don't know how the mechanics of the door stuff work. And
I don't either.
Who opened the doors and for what reason? And
she was always surprised that Subaru could always find her. So she wasn't in a I want Subaru to see me state, but it sounds like she also wasn't in a I don't want anybody to see me state.
Well, and we know that she can completely hide herself even from Subaru, who's like insane at guessing the doors, because when he was trying to find her just previously, right, she was hiding herself. So we know she can be unfindable.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think that's a good guess. It probably is like a safety safety vault or something.
That must be where she's at. But then, like, Yeah, I guess. So the basically, because I'm trying to understand from like a meta perspective, right? Like Frederica's not here for a reason, and so it's like, is she freaking
The three
evil?
things are, yeah, she's evil and in cahoots, and so
Right.
she's safe.
So she's
She's
gone.
not, yeah, she's gone or something, right?
Right.
But we also didn't see Petra. We didn't see like a body of hers. Now she could be in like some other part of the mansion, whatever. We also didn't
It's
see
possible
Betty.
that Frederica betrays everyone, but still protects Petra.
Possible, yeah,
That's
possible.
a possibility, right?
But yeah, so she's evil and she's safe. How that manifests, whether she's gone, whatever, who knows? She's good and she's safe.
And then
The
they're
best
using
way
that
would be
as
in Betty.
Right. And then they're using
Yeah.
that as a plot device to prevent us from getting the answers of what's really going on, right? They're dangling,
Yes.
they're constantly yanking back the, because they were like, what's really going on? Talk to Betty. What's really going on, Betty? Talk to Roswaal in the sanctuary. What's really going on,
Yeah.
Roswaal? Talk to Betty and Frederica.
Yeah,
What's really
it's
going
like,
on?
okay.
Now they're gone. It's just like,
Yeah.
holy frick, somebody give me freaking answers here. Yeah.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Trust me, bro. I'm
Yeah.
always getting to the point where I'm like, I know they won't give me answers, so I've
Now
stopped
I'm getting
expecting
to
it
that point.
long ago.
Yeah, now I'm getting to
they've
that point because I don't know
broken me.
what's freaking going on anymore either. In the first season, I was like, haha, silly George doesn't know the answers. And now I'm just like, I hate not knowing the answers.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. And then the third thing is they're dead. And they just haven't simply shown their body yet.
Yeah, I suppose that's possible. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's pivot here slightly. I want to see what Roswaal said
Yeah.
about Kurush.
Right. Do you want to listen to this whole thing again?
We can maybe skip around or something.
All right. Let's see.
Let's just see.
So you can't lose the right to undergo the trial. That's pretty interesting.
Yep.
Right. What did you want to talk to me about? He feels like he said, I'm not so big-hearted that I wouldn't invite someone who can't be trusted. And then Subaru takes this as like Emilia can't be trusted.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Be
strange.
calm. He doesn't say it was Emilia.
Like you to continue to help and support Emilia as you always have. You don't have to ask me to do that, of course. What are you gonna do? The same. So he's gonna back her as he always has.
Yep.
I really freaking want to know what the reason is behind that, bro. Like he's
Why
got
her
so much,
specifically?
yeah, he's got so
Yeah.
much more going on. It's freaking crazy.
Mhm.
And then he says, "This is so weird." I would just normally think like, okay, this is just like a subtitle thing or whatever. But the fact that he says we're partners in crime, and he's like, shouldn't you just say
We're
partners?
Yes. Yeah.
Red flag much? Like what? You keep contradicting yourself. What's the contradiction exactly?
Maybe he's referred to her as we're partners previously.
No.
This time he said we're
I figured
partners
it
in
out.
crime.
He said she's not here because she's not trustworthy, but he's backing her.
And he's-
And
because
it's
they're
like,
partners.
bro, you're
Yeah.
saying she's not trustworthy, but you're backing her for the selection with everything you have. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? This is
I see.
contradictory. Okay. That's
Yeah.
probably what it is. Okay. Everyone knew about the witch's cult would start causing trouble. Emilia's participation was announced to the public. So everyone knew that, and of all people who should know that, it would be Roswaal
would be
because he's
yes.
way knowledgeable.
Smart, dude.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Incredibly smart. Information about it. Emilia didn't know anything. Yeah, not only did he not say anything, he actively hid information that would have been obvious to everyone except for Emilia. She was totally in the
Yeah.
freaking dark that this
Yep.
was going to happen. That's crazy. Yeah, he freaking lost
Jeez.
that gamble several times, bro. Unless he freaking knows that like Subaru is gonna freaking make things right. He didn't lose really any gambles.
But like,
in a
how would
sense.
he know that, right?
I
Like
know.
that's the craziest part.
Yeah. He'd been protecting everyone. Yeah, he's
You
right.
fulfilled my role in my absence.
I hate your performance. Commendable. Oh man. This grab by Rem was awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Like a sacrificial pawn. He was willing to sacrifice her.
I condone
and
everything he's did. I was treated if I was cast aside, that wouldn't change.
Dang.
That's crazy, man. That's absolutely freaking crazy.
It's an insane level of loyalty, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
and then I'm so freaking curious about this, and it's so tragic that we can't know how she would feel because he's like, you're fine with Rem? Like, she's like, I'll sacrifice myself, but the question is, would she have
Rem?
sacrificed Rem? We can't freaking know. It's
I know. I know.
so obnoxious.
I know,
Oh my gosh.
dude.
And then she's just like, who? Rem who?
Yeah, who?
Oh,
A stranger. She calls her a stranger. A stranger's name. Yeah, name of a stranger. Bro.
She would
Tragic,
never.
dude.
She would never.
Tragic.
Why did I conceal information? Why was I not present? The witch's call was preparing to attack. One answer to all these questions to ensure that I would not have to confront the witch's cult myself. Initially I thought when I read this, I was like, is he afraid? Like, is this like a bad matchup for him? Like, what's the deal? But I personally led these events to happen. So
he didn't let. He led the events. He set up the dominoes to fall, including the witch's cult.
Do you think, listen, this is maybe reading into the subtitles in the incorrect way. Do you think he set up the cult to be able to get the information and do the things that they were going to do? Do you think he went that
Taking
far?
this at face value and reading this literally, yes. Could it be a translation error? Could it be more of like just like loose speech? Possible. I see that as also likely, but I don't know, man. Taking this at face value led these events.
Letting it happen is one thing, but leading the events to happen is just such next level. Like, that's not good, bro.
Yep.
That's not good. There'd be no way for Emilia nor you to claim any credit. So Emilia, I can understand him wanting to have Emilia,
but him as well.
But him as well seems weird, right?
Maybe because he's Emilia's knight, right? And so they can see that both Emilia and her knight are capable.
Why?
Well, have the being capable part probably gives them favorable running in the royal selection.
Yeah, but who cares about Subaru when it comes to the royal selection, though? Like, she's got Roswaal backing him up. Why would she need a capable person at her side when Roswaal is the capable person at her side?
Yeah, and he even said, "You fulfilled my role in my absence."
Yeah, that's right. So, like, why? Why would he want him to do that?
I don't know. Yeah.
You're right, though. It is weird. Like, there's obviously more to it, but like having their frickin' feelings change against her is like, it's like, okay, like, I guess that's nice, but like, holy frick, bro.
Yeah, but it's just like a village, just like a single village. Yeah. Okay. That's like good, but exactly. Yeah. I say with Subaru on this, like, okay.
It's only how it looks in hindsight. Exactly. Hindsight in the timeline perspective.
Yes. Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's only how it looks in the good timeline. Somebody died. Everyone's kept in the dark. Expect controls for all those who are lost. He
doesn't even know, dude. He doesn't even know who was lost.
Well, some people did die.
I know, but like in the totality of things.
Sure.
Like,
but
he doesn't even have known.
He doesn't even seem freaking sad about it, bro. Like, he doesn't even seem remorseful, actually.
It's like, it's empty words, yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, do you think that this is because he can see the other timelines and he's just like, it's not a big deal?
I mean, if he can see the other timelines, he knows Subaru can return from death.
Yeah.
How else?
I freaking wonder, bro.
Right?
he just seems so weirdly freaking content with himself right now. Like even like Subaru being upset isn't taking him aback either.
Yeah.
He's just like,
yeah.
it's like he's
Yeah, I
always
don't
one
know.
step ahead, and he's like knows all previous steps. I don't know. It's so strange.
Yeah, would you rather hear me apologize? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Right. Just completely.
it's very kind
indifferent.
of sarcastic. Yeah, dude.
What if I was still useless trash? I couldn't do anything. If one of the villagers, Emilia said, I had faith in you,
Faith in you.
specifically Subaru.
I trusted. Yes, yeah. Okay, here it is. How does he say, in one context, does he mention Kurush? I trust that you would do anything in your power for Emilia Sama.
Give your best effort in establishing an alliance with Kurushama.
He knew he knew the right route he would take towards success, dude.
So weird. Bro, it seems like, okay, you know what this seems like right here?
Dude.
It seems like he's trying to say he's trying to say something that he can't say in the same way that Subaru says the things that he says.
That's
right?
why he ended the conversation early. Dude, I think you cracked it. it was so abrupt. He's like, that's all the conversation we can have for tonight.
Yeah, because he knew he couldn't go any further.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Right? That's what this is, right? This is exactly the same thing that Subaru says all the time. He always says, like, right up to the point where he can't say anything. He's like, oh, yeah, and, like, I know the witch's cult is going to do X, Y, or Z. And then if someone were to follow up and say, how do you know this, Subaru? He'd be like, well, the conversation's actually over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? How could he possibly, like, he is saying something that he shouldn't know, that you would form an alliance with Kurush. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
What?
In none of the like initial timelines did that ever appear to be a possibility.
Sure.
Like that was just
why
it
would
wasn't
Subaru,
until he had the collateral of the white whale, right?
Yeah.
Like yeah.
And why would Subaru of all freaking people make an alliance with Kurush? He's a nobody. He's a loser.
Yeah.
He was a loser at that point. There's
Exactly.
no freaking way.
Exactly.
Do you think that Roswaal has some kind of pact with the Witch of Greed? Like
I was
Subaru?
just gonna say that. Okay, so this is what I was thinking actually. Okay.
Okay.
So I was trying to determine last episode, like what's special about Subaru that the witch chose him, and I still can't figure out what it is, right? But I had the thought of like, okay, what if she needs like a vessel or a champion or whatever the terminology is, and she chose them based on potential. And now we're watching Subaru rise and meet that potential. That would imply that it's not necessarily something inherent to Subaru, that there's other people with kind of that equal potential. Maybe some were losers, maybe some were not. Maybe the witch has tried before and that vassal was poor and she's discarded him. And Subaru, it was just next in line, right? And what if Roswaal is like Subaru, but for the Witch of Greed? And the Witch of Greed chose somebody with potential, and maybe she's also tried multiple times, and now she tried Roswaal. Maybe he doesn't necessarily have to be from another world.
Sure,
Maybe she's
he
not
could
as
just
strong
have the
for
ability
that,
to come
but
back
he
from
can
death.
just yes, she gave him that ability somehow.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
What if here's a freaking other theory I thought of while you were explaining that is that's absolutely a possibility. What if he had the power to return from death, but then lost it when Subaru gained it?
Oh. Okay. I've likened this to The Edge of Tomorrow multiple times. That's what happens in that show or in that movie. What's the initial? The first one's called something. It's like the Angel of Verdun or something like that. And she has this power, but she loses it when Tom Cruise gains it.
Right.
Ah.
But the only hole to that is the only reason I
How would he know
can't-
this here? Yeah.
How would he know
this?
that he's lost the power? You would have to die and then realize, right?
That you died. Yeah, realize that you
Right?
died and all that
You would be
stuff.
dead
Yeah.
to realize. But then,
Huh.
like I can accept that he would have a realization that like, oh frick, Subaru has the power that I used to have if he's lost it, whether he has it or not. I can understand him realizing that Subaru's got the power. So he knows exactly what Subaru's going to go through to get things done, right? Okay, that's fine. But it doesn't make sense that A, he wouldn't outright say that. Like, why, if he's lost the power, why wouldn't he be able to now talk about it? Right?
Yeah, true.
Right? So either...
Maybe he knows, though, just like how Emilia was killed when Subaru said it, it killed somebody else. Maybe he knows if he somehow coaxes it out of Subaru, the witch can still kill him.
But why not? But why can't Roswaal say it? Either that he used to have the power or that Subaru has the power.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, if Roswaal somehow outright comes and admits this, the witch kills Roswaal instead of Subaru.
Because he used to have knowledge about it if someone tries to talk about it?
Yes, it's essentially, yeah, exactly. It's essentially just somebody trying to talk about it, somebody's going to die to make sure that, like, we can reset the timeline.
Yeah.
And it's usually Subaru, right? Because that's the most effective way. Here, I'm just going to kill you. We restart. But maybe he's afraid of, like, coming out right and saying it because he doesn't want to die now, right?
Sure. Okay, I have the most insane freaking theory. I'm looking at freaking Roswaal right now, and I'm thinking, like, what if Roswaal is Subaru?
Because of the eyes?
Yeah, I'm looking at the eyes. I'm just looking at him, and I'm like, what if, like, he's him from the future or something? He's kind of a goof.
Same color. He's kind of a goof.
He's kind of a
Same
goof.
Same color. Yeah.
He's flamboyant in a way that, like, Subaru could pull off. He could dye his hair. He's magically inclined. He's like talking about this weird stuff here. It's probably not true, and probably everyone watching this reaction is like,
"That's the most far-fetched one."
Yeah, everyone's like, "What, bro?" Like,
I think
what?
The one I'm going to hold on to as the highest probability is that he is to the Witch of Greed whatever Subaru is to the Witch of Envy. Because he's already tied to the Witch of Greed.
What if the witch that Mathers is tied to is Betty?
Oh, dude.
That's a possibility too.
Oh, dude.
What if he's getting...
But hold on. We saw all the 7 witches, actually.
We did?
Last episode. Yeah. We saw their silhouettes. We didn't actually see them, but we saw their silhouettes.
You're right. Yeah, that kind of killed the Betty theory. Frick. Yeah.
So I don't think it's that.
That's a good point. And it's more likely the breadcrumbs are there for him to have some kind of deal with Echidna.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's the highest one. But yeah, okay, I'm glad we came back, dude, because it's one thing guessing that he would come out on top. It's another thing knowing the steps he would take.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put your life on the
line. Like he knows. He knows. He knows. If he knows that he can come back from death, he knows that he'll put your life on the line to get it done.
Yep.
And it would do all this masterfully. He's like, I knew you'd do it all just perfectly. That's why he's so freaking content with himself. Like, what? And then Subaru says, what the hell do you know about me? And he's just sitting there all freaking smiles. He's like, I know a freaking lot, bro. Yeah.
No one else has any idea what happened. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then look.
What made you believe in me? Yep.
And then he cuts off the conversation.
Has reached its end. Oh, brother.
Oh, frick.
Okay.
Oh, frick. Yeah, so either
He's-
he knows Subaru can't talk about it, or if he tries to talk about it, knowing about it, something bad's going to happen. Either
Yeah,
he's had it
yeah.
before, or he's learned about it somehow. Maybe even Echidna told him or something. Who knows? Because, like,
Yeah.
he's got a freaking connection to Echidna. Who knows? Maybe. But I don't know. I think it seems like everything we've learned is he has no connection to Echidna at all. It's just he's, like, his family is, like,
Just
in
over
charge
this,
of
this is
taking
like in
care
their
of.
property.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's like their
could be.
property. They've been charged with
Yeah.
that. We have no
Yeah, it could
indication.
be.
In fact, we have every indication that Mathers has not talked to Echidna because
Sure,
she
'cause
seems
she
so
says she has- yeah.
delighted.
She herself said that. So
Yeah.
yeah, maybe that's true. Maybe him being the greed's champion. I don't know what the term will be, right? I'm
Yeah.
just guessing here.
To be
Greed's
fair,
champion. Maybe it's not
Subaru has
right.
also not talked to the Witch of Envy, and he's kind of the champion of the Witch of Envy, right? To be fair.
true. True. Yeah.
Right. So, like, we don't
that's
know.
another good
He
point.
knows somehow. We just don't know. There's like a whole bunch of possibilities that it could be. He's Subaru. He had the power before. He's freaking got some information from Echidna. Like, all of them
Yeah.
seem kind of unlikely, but maybe he can see alternate timelines. Like, they all seem really freaking unlikely, I guess, but there's got to be some reason.
Yeah, it could be some additional power. Like when you said he can see additional timelines, he could have some additional power outside of the witches, right? That lets him see timelines or something.
Sure.
Who
sure.
knows? I mean, we got Puck, who has the power to destroy the world.
Right.
That's like insane strength in like
Yeah,
the magic sense.
That's a crazy feat. Yeah.
Maybe there's like an intelligence feat, right? And maybe
Right, like some
Roswaal
kinda
can match
insane
something like that.
Wisdom
Yeah.
feat, or like some kind of like clairvoyance feat that like he knows
Yes,
someone could
yeah.
do something and he knows it for a fact, but he doesn't understand how it's done. Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I hope that the subtitles here and the translation is like very accurate to like how he meant to say it and how it's meant to be interpreted. Because if it's not, we've gone in this freaking wild goose chase
No.
and it's
Wild
freaking
ride.
not correct.
Yeah, dude.
That would be unfortunate.
Oh boy.
All
Okay.
right, well, on to the next one, shall we?
On to the next episode. Let's do
All
it.
right. Okay, before we begin this, I just was thinking about it as we were loading up this next episode that like when I watched this the first time, I was freaking eye rolling so hard. Like now that
Really?
I didn't remember watching this while we were watching it, but now that like I was like thinking about it, I was like, oh man, I remember. This is why I don't remember so much of season 2. Is because when things happened in the show, I was just kind of like so over it, and I was just like, whatever. Like I wasn't really
Really?
like paying attention.
Dang.
So I was like, oh yeah, of course he knew everything. Like, oh wow, he knew that Subaru would just do it because he's the main character. Like, oh of course everyone just believes Subaru. It always works out. Like, and that's when I was like becoming more and more disillusioned. It's like, oh, sad backstory. Everyone has just complete faith in Subaru that he's just gonna do it, and like, and Subaru always succeeds. And I was just like, bro, this is getting so predictable and so boring.
You were
Awkward.
too checked out for the subtext to like
Yes.
hit you. You were seeing
Yes.
it all just face value. Okay.
That's right. I saw it all at face value, and I'm like, this is like so typical, blatant, generic anime. Like, what the frick is going on
Yeah.
here? Like, it just got
Okay.
worse and worse.
Interesting.
So I checked out more and more, and I remember less and less. And
Oh
yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here.
Oh,
死んだのか
yeah. Right after the trial.
No
The
way.
first trial?
帽子か
Is this after his trial?
試練
I think so. Yeah.
分かってる大丈夫大丈夫だ
Oh man.
I hate that one the most. Bro, the mansion's in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. When does she get there, right? Like and how's he gonna find out?
Oh, this is really different.
Yeah, this is super new.
変化はねえな
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
come on, Ram. Jeez.
どうしたガーフィール
Did he pass the first one as well? He knew it was about your past.
Yeah, that's true. No, he failed, I think. No, he said, I would if I could. So he did fail, right?
Okay, maybe. Yeah, he was like, he mentioned something last episode about confronting your past. So maybe either he failed the first one, or passed the first one and failed the other two, or somebody told him about it.
Yeah, someone probably told him about it, actually, because the runes don't glow for him.
True. Yeah.
And
yeah,
it would make
okay.
sense that he would understand the nature of the trial, given his like position.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
stuff.
true.
Oh,
Poor
Emilia. No way.
How would she take this?
Why would Subaru offer that, though?
He wants to get back to the mansion. He knows that it's in
Yes.
trouble. And maybe
But I
he
mean,
sees this as the quickest way.
This is undercutting her in a huge way, though.
Yes.
Like, this
I
is a
agree.
massive undermining if that's...
But I think of it from his perspective, right? Like right now he's thinking Rem's life is potentially in danger. And like we can publicly say Emilia did it, you know, get her that credit. It's not ideal. I don't know. But like,
I don't know. I feel
what
like
solutions could you come up with, right?
I agree with that predicament, right? But like, I feel like this is like a big blow to Emilia if she can't freaking handle it. I feel like this is specifically set up like when she was talking with Subaru on the stairs before. I feel like it was just like, and when he was talking with Garfield as well, I was really feeling like, man, she really needs to be able to confront her past. Right? That was like
True.
kind of the feeling I got. Like she really needs to, this is something that she has to overcome. So I'm like really shocked that he would suggest that he's going to do the trial. Because like I thought that he got that.
It also, I got out of it, like, does she even want to confront her past? Like, is this something she even like wants to do?
You don't think it's important for, I was thinking from like a character development perspective, like it doesn't matter if she
It
wants
probably is good. I think it's good for in 99% of cases.
Yeah.
Yeah. To
Yeah.
like confront your past, right? But we don't know the full nature of her past. So maybe, I don't know. I struggle to think what could potentially happen where it still wouldn't be good for her to do it. But like, I did get the feeling of like, is this even something she wants though? Does she even want to confront her past? But I don't know. We'll see what they say.
I'm just surprised. I'm just surprised that he would even suggest this, knowing that it's going to, like, what about her confidence? Like, she couldn't free the people, even if they told them on the surface that it was her. Like, I feel like this is gonna be a kind of
know
a
the
blow.
truth. Yeah.
Like, she may not want to do it, but she may want to do it, right? At the same time.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
Oh boy.
That's
He
what I
stepped in
thought
it
she
now.
would feel. Bro, it's literally her whole freaking character arc is this, right? It's just like
Sure,
the whole
yeah.
reason she was upset at him before was because he wouldn't freaking trust her with stuff. And she's
Yeah.
like, I could do it. Like, I could do this. I'm not surprised she acted like this at all. That's right.
Okay. Very good.
It's tragic.
She's got guts.
Yes.
Got guts.
This is her whole character so far, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
とにかくだ試練を受けんのはお姫様資格があろうがてめえが受けんのは俺様が認めねえ
Roswaal wants it to be her. For the growth?
Yeah. Maybe?
レムやペトラたちに何もしないなんて
Yeah, seriously.
問題はフレデリカだあいつはエルザと繋がっているのか
Exactly what I freaking thought.
一刻も
Yeah.
早く屋敷に帰らなきゃならねえそれで私に何をしてほしいのか
Dude, look at this. I just can't with this freaking smug-faced motherfucker. He just can't. It's like he knows. Now I can't stop thinking about it. He's like smiling. He's like, oh, you're here. What would you like me to do there, buddy? It's like, you fucking know what's going on, don't you?
今回はどうも 俺だと折り合いが悪くなりそうなんだ。
With me this time. He caught on that.
積んでる。一人を除けばそうなるね。
Ram?
Oh, you're freaking right, dude.
バカバカしい。ラムがやってロズワール様のお怪我が悪化したら
Yeah, she would frick that up.
邪魔しに来られたらラムを遠くに投げておとりにするしかなかった。食えるわけねえだろ。ねえよな。ねえよ。お前もなんか。ラム、どうした？
バカ話に頭が痛くなっただけよ。
Oh man, what was that all about?
No.
明日には戻るつもりだからその間は頼む。お姫様。
Dude, was that her clairvoyance tie with Rem? And she doesn't know who Rem is? And so she just got like memories or feelings or something? Sounds from somebody she doesn't know, quote unquote?
No, I don't think so. Because one, it's a little too subtle for that, I think. Two, Rem is totally freaking out. I don't think she's going to be sending any clairvoyance. I think it's something you have to do very specifically. And three, I can't remember what the third one was, but there was a third one.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I guess she's not asleep. She's like out. So yeah, maybe not.
そういえば俺に渡すものないのか。何言ってんだ。
Oh my
Bro, why is
God.
this so different than last time?
に何か気遣いは。
エミリアを頼む。できるだけ俺が誠心誠意謝ってたと伝えてくれ。んなもんてめえの
So-
力伝える。
Okay, another thing that I have a question on. I feel like I'm pausing it so much, so I'm gonna try and be quick. But they're willing to listen to Roswaal, the Beast people, on basically everything, but yet they're still willing to blackmail Roswaal by not letting the villagers leave. Like, how does that make sense?
That's a freaking great question.
Right? They don't.
They're-
They
what
don't
are
want to
they
lose their position when the sanctuary breaks, but they're still keeping the people behind as collateral so that the sanctuary breaks. Well, if I was Roswaal, I'd be like, okay, well, you guys are freaking out. You defied me while we were in the sanctuary.
Yeah, that's a good point, George, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure.
So, like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe we missed something. If the comment, like, spoiler free, obviously.
Yeah, maybe
but
if we don't understand, we
clarify
don't
that.
understand the exact context here. Maybe.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a great point.
そのことがなぜか妙に胸に引っかかったの。
Oh, frick.
Oh,
本当にそんなことがあったみたい。
Oh.
huh. Interesting.
バルス、
ラム、大事な話があるんだ。
That happened in the good timeline, right? In the reality timeline.
I can't remember.
I think so. I'm pretty
Unfortunately.
sure. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
So then, does she just not remember it because it was like tied to Rem somehow?
Yeah, because like Rem is directly to, because she got thrown to Rem, right? Yeah.
レムって子がいてさ。
Man,
Oh,
I can't wait to see her reaction to. Oh, frick, they're here.
何も起きててくれるのよ。前回と比べて2日早い。
Can Ram beat Elsa?
場所で目覚めた瞬間。
I don't know.
となると。
バルス、
なんだよ。今考え事して。
Oh,
oh, they're here.
Petra's here.
They're safe.
ああ、もう。可愛いな、お前は。
Facts.
これはお揃いで。
Oh.
Oh, bro,
どこか痛いの？
the feelings
His
you must
heart, man.
have. Yeah.
His freaking heart hurts.
心の底から安心しただけだ。
Uh,
ただいま、ペドラ。
now I'm glad we never saw what happened to Petra.
どこかで聞いたセリフだな。
バルスと違ってわきまいているようね。
Oh
At
my
least she's being
gosh.
nice.
ちなみにバルスは不合格よ。屋敷の敷居はまたがせないわ。
帰って。
What? Come on.
留守番の間変わったことはなかったか。特に
Yeah, exactly. Find Federica.
戻るのはもうちょっと先かも。間がいいのか悪いのか。
Oh, that's kind of sus, dude.
Yeah, she opens
What a
the barrier.
convenient excuse. Yeah.
Oh boy, I have been waiting for this. Doors are freaking closed.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
少しだけ二人にしてもらえる
Oh. What is she doing?
I don't know.
お早いお戻りでしたのね
Is it her?
Oh.
It is.
驚かされましたわ正解ですわ
Are these real tears?
Yeah, I don't know.
実の姉に違いありませんもの
Dude, she's so different from him. Holy frick.
Yeah.
Unless this is a freaking act.
お前は奇跡を使ってお前聖域の解放を望まない保守派に協力してるはずだろ
保守派何のこと
No, no.
一から説明してくださいませんと
Is she
She
lying?
seems
じゃないの
she seems sincere.
バルスは命がいらないと見えるわね
Bro, she's so mean, dude.
She's so mean.
質問に答えようとしないだけで裏切りは明らかよここで拘束して聖域へ連行する
Oh,
そうすれば
dang.
フレデリカにあれこれ指示しただろう相手を
What?
あぶり出せる
She is.
フレデリカは自分の意志で制約を破ることができないだからバルスに力ずくで仕方なく
Huh.
そんな言い訳が必要なのよ
Oh. Subaru is gonna do that?
それでいいなら正直助かる今とっととここを退散したいか
Oh, oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
No, they.
Oh.
Frick. Ah.
Oh, oh,
What?
oh. She can transform?
Oh.
Oh. She's gonna lick it. Bro, she's so fucking weird.
Oh, what the frick? Gar's pickup lines are better. Oh.
Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh my gosh, dude. What are these needles? Holy crap. She's been hit. Dude, I don't think she survives this.
She's dead, man.
Oh, he's been hit
Subaru's
too.
in trouble too. Those things are big.
助けないと
置いていく
What?
二人を置いて屋敷を4人で脱出するそれがこの
Oh my gosh.
You would never. Ah.
She would never. Yeah, dude.
何を言い出してんだお前は
犠牲は許容すべきだわ
Oh,
だからその
she's so cold.
そうねラムの妹かもしれないラムとウリ二つの同族の血が流れている
ほう
と感じたわなのにあの子
She sensed that.
ロズワール様のためにもレムを犠牲にしてくださいと
What? Would she though?
陣営に
Oh man.
ベアトリス様もレムも必要な存在ですもの私も助けに行くのに賛成
Wait, so Beatrice or frickin' this girl's name, frickin' Frederica wants to save them? I don't understand.
Wants to
I thought
save-
she was on frickin' Elsa's team, and then they started fighting, and I was like,
apparently
so
she
confused.
isn't. Yeah,
Like,
she's
what?
not.
多数決をしてるんじゃないのよ子供は黙っていなさい
Be quiet, child.
ラム姉様より役立つ
Bro, she's still up there while you guys are arguing.
それにガーフに似てるんじゃありませんわ
Garf is just like me.
私の真似
Yeah.
bro, she just tore her entire clothes off. What the heck?
Oh, this is what the stones do? It's a full beast transformation?
これが中華ってやつか
Oh, dang. Oh,
Oh, what?
bro.
Like actual beast. Whoa.
Yeah, what?
そのまんま喋れるのか
私は私のままですもの
That doesn't explain anything.
偉かったですわよ
Yeah. It's not even moving her lips or her mouth.
Yeah. No way. Could she fight Elsa? Really? I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
儲けてない行くわよ
Jeez, Ram,
He's
chill.
got a friggin' yeah, he's got a friggin' thing in his back.
Yeah, right?
急いで2階に
Oh. Is that Puck? Or is that her?
What is that?
Whoa. What?
Is that a witch fiend?
Oh, it's a witch fiend.
Yeah, it
Oh,
looks like the one
come
from
on,
the frickin' Emilia movie. Like, what is going on? Oh, jeez. Bro, what is going on? I'm so freaking
I don't
confused.
know, dude.
Oh.
He's losing too much blood?
Yeah, bro, that's not good. I wouldn't pull that out. Oh. Oh.
She pulled it on 2, though. It's smart.
Yeah.
助かった
Ah.
でも1はどこに
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's bleeding too now.
ごめんな
It's like a
That's
freaking
okay, like-
razor.
せてばっかりで
This is a surface wound.
いや今のは泣き言じゃないペトラがすげえから負けらんねえ
They're taking too long. Faster. Faster. Holy crap, dude. You have freaking Elsa and a witch fiend here. Who else is gonna show up?
So Elsa, I don't know. The witch fiends don't work with the cult.
They
so
don't.
is she on
They
a
don't.
faction with the witch fiends somehow?
後でフレデリカがラムに叱ってもらう
Oh, oh, oh. What?
What? Oh my gosh, dude. It's one thing
Oh
after
my
the
gosh.
other.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
What
He's
was
getting
that?
fricked up, bro. He's thrown back in.
Oh. Oh my gosh,
he's
dude.
super dead,
He's,
dude. Holy
he's
frick.
dying again.
So they tried to escape. They tried to freaking get him on Persh.
Oh. Who's
But he
that?
got freaking his arm? But he got freaking thrown back in.
Yeah.
No, don't. I don't want to see. I don't want to see.
Oh my
No.
gosh, dude.
No. 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 No.
Oh. Oh. They're all dead, dude.
I don't want to see that.
Bro. She kills Frederica, man. Oh.
So okay, well that freaking answers that. No, please speak.
Directions
What?
specified.
What?
One shut-in. Melee? Oh,
No way.
Betty. It's Betty.
どうして
Why are you hiding in here? What are you doing?
助けた
The Maiden's Gospel.
Oh my gosh,
The
there's so many
Maiden's
questions
Gospel.
now.
Why do they call it gospel? So
I'm so freaking confused, bro.
I'm drawing a complete blank. What was this like oath that Frederica has?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is this
I
something
don't
we're
know.
supposed to have known?
I don't know. They were speaking out like it's a thing even Subaru freaking understood.
Yeah, even
like,
Subaru is like, you can't say it because of your oath. I'm gonna have to go back and like watch the previous episodes, like or skim.
She
them or
has an
something.
oath. Regardless, she has like an oath, I guess, where she can't explain something. But like, if you beat it out of her, apparently she's allowed to say it.
Yeah, yeah.
Apparently, that's what I gathered from that conversation. Maybe that's just like it.
And
Maybe
it
that's
was-
all we're supposed to know. But
It was enough for Ram to be like, okay, like I trust you, and she's obviously very trustworthy. She wouldn't have fought back against Elsa if she was on her side.
and Elsa killed her.
Elsa, yeah.
Yeah, like if there's no more definitive proof than that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, well, that freaking ruins that whole idea. So,
And why is Betty in here hiding? Why isn't she
Yeah.
out fighting and saving everybody? Like what? Why?
you don't think that Beatrice is on Elsa's side, do you?
I don't know, dude. She knew Betelgeuse. She called them Goose. She called them in like an endearing nickname.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't trust anything from her now at this point. Not until proven otherwise, dude. She's letting all this happen to everybody in the mansion. She's letting everybody die. Like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is she just like a true neutral entity? And so she doesn't let
no.
herself ever assist anyone?
That's the thing, right? Like, I can't decide if she's like so freaking neutral that she'll do nothing, or if she's like on the freaking cult side. I just can't decide what's the freaking case. But you know what? I just thought of.
Maybe she's so slothful she won't do anything. But then again, she did promise to protect Subaru, which doesn't seem to me to be a slothful thing.
Yes, so I was thinking about that, right? So I was thinking, like, she does freaking nothing all the time, and then I thought, well, she protected Subaru even to the point of fighting Roswaal and Ram, right? Even to that point. So then I was like, why would she do that? Of all the people that she would freaking protect, she just saved him just now. She saved him previously. Like, why? She won't help anyone else. She's so freaking neutral to everyone except for Subaru, who's freaking drenched in witch freaking essence. Right?
Okay.
Like,
could it be what is it that they mentioned about the witch factor of Betelgeuse? Didn't the Witch of Greed say that he has it now?
Yeah, he's got it now.
Could that be that doesn't answer why she was even willing to fight Roswaal of all people on Subaru's behalf, but
if her allegiance is to the witch and the witch cult or whatever, this witch stuff, whatever it is higher than her allegiance to Roswaal in the mansion that she freaking his mansion that she resides in.
Yeah.
Then it kind of makes sense. And then it says the Maiden's Gospel. Like, is that talking about Elsa or is it talking about Beatrice?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it's talking about Beatrice.
Or it's a yellow color, so it could be talking about Frederica.
It's possible,
maybe it ties back to her oath somehow.
Yeah.
Gospel is a loaded term in this world. Like, they did not choose this for any reason, dude. Like it's or for any arbitrary reason, rather.
Right.
It was a specific choice of words here for the title of this episode.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if we could get clarification, like, I don't know if we're supposed to be totally confused. It seems weird that the show is having the viewer be confused, but not Subaru.
And not Subaru,
He's usually like the person that we sympathize with on knowledge to make sure that, like, oh, if we don't understand it, Subaru also won't understand it, so that's why we're okay. But now it seems like Subaru knows, like, it seems like there was some weird...
that was something, mentioned, like, a few episodes ago, and we just forgot.
There's, like, the stuff with the stone has been kind of weird and not super clear. Like, I'm kind of understanding it to a degree. So, like, the stone teleported them, but she's confused that they teleported, and then they assumed it was her. She can't give them
any more info.
Yeah, she couldn't give any more info because of the... If we're supposed to be this confused, then fine. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But, like, the show has not made it clear that, like, it's our misunderstanding or the show's holding information back. So if anyone has any information about that, we would really appreciate it in the comments. Freaking
yes.
As long as there's no, like, if it's just like we're missing information or the adaptation's a little botched, or maybe, it is what it is. But I don't know. That would be great to freaking know.
Yes.
That being said, there's our freaking Betty over here saving Subaru. I want to go back and see. She said some pretty freaking bizarro things right here at the end. I'm so upset that she didn't freaking say anything. I love that Subaru is like now just saying like, tell me everything. You're about to kill me. Just tell me everything.
Yes. Yeah.
So you came back sooner than expected. This didn't play out exactly as my directions specified. So the original Subaru coming to the mansion was the original plot line.
Previous, yeah.
And then he altered it by doing something with the witch power. So she's got some ability to see what the original timeline is, but then Subaru's power to rewind supersedes the directions that she's getting from whoever this is.
Oh, you think she could see the timeline?
That's what I think, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was something kind of like lower level than that, like somebody,
Like there's a rat.
I don't know, like a rat or somebody with like knowledge of like Subaru's whereabouts or something, right? Like informed her, and it was more.
But how could anyone have predicted, just under normal circumstances, that he would be coming back with everyone at that time? No, that doesn't make
I don't
sense.
know.
That actually
I don't
doesn't make
know.
sense. Because even if we assume that Subaru is getting ready with the villagers to come back, someone rats and says they're coming back at X time while they're preparing, right? And then they would know. That makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is, at this point in the timeline, he hasn't prepared to come back with the villagers at all. It hasn't even been suggested yet. So she shouldn't have knowledge that he's going to come back at all, period.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless it's a future prediction that he'll eventually come back with the people at some point in time. Right?
Could it be the witches?
It must be some ability, because then, you remember in Honkai Star Rail how they have like the Kafka talks about at the beginning of the game. They like mentioned a little bit about how there's what do they call it? The script. That's what they call
forever.
it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
They talk about the script, and they say like things are going according to the script by, I can't remember who it is. They're a black cat, though.
I dropped that forever ago, but I vaguely remember some of this stuff. Yeah.
So it's to the script that they put in place,
or something, or Elio, or I don't know.
Yes, something like that. Yeah. What was the first one you said?
Enzio.
Oh, you're really freaking close.
It's something like that.
It's something like that. But anyways, so it feels like this is a lot the same. So she says it didn't play out to my directions specified. So that was a sus. But then she says 2 maids, one shut in.
And one shut in.
That could be info, right? That could be info. What she just said before couldn't be info because there was no plan to go back yet. So that has to be future sight.
Yeah, 2 maids and 1 shut in. Frederica, Petra, and then Subaru. Ram being here was against the script. It was not supposed to happen.
You're right. Actually, that's correct, because originally it was supposed to be, the 2 maids. And that's right, because Subaru came by himself. Yeah. That's right.
Notice there's no mention of Betty. He didn't say...
So the theory that she had no idea about Betty checks out.
Yeah.
So then what about the doors, though?
Maybe that could have been Frederica fleeing somehow. Could have been Elsa just going through, making sure everyone's dead or something. I don't know.
You came back sooner than expected. This didn't play out exactly as my directions specified.
Not as specified.
2 maids and 1 shut in. I don't know. Frick.
She also doesn't mention Rem either, though. So
yeah, she doesn't mention Rem.
Supposed to be timed to your return. What was supposed to be timed? Her appearance?
I don't want Mealy taking any more credit from me.
Any more credit?
So then I was thinking that this was the person delivering the script of the future events.
Right? I thought this was and when I first saw it, I thought it was maybe the witch fiend.
Oh, the witch fiend.
And she's speaking as in like, I'm gonna kill you now because the witch fiend's already killed enough people. I want the credit of killing you, kind of context or
true.
subtext.
But you think Ram would lose to that frickin' beast? I guess it's hard to say.
Yeah. Send you to meet the angels.
Yeah, and then he frickin' she got real frickin' close.
Yeah.
And then she saved him.
She's here.
Yeah.
Drinking the same tea that Frederica offered them. At least it's the same color.
The same tea that Echidna offered.
Was it the same color? It was an orange tea?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have questions at this point, dude. The show needs to start giving some answers. I can't keep giving us questions, man.
Yeah.
Man,
I feel like there's something there, and I just can't frickin' pull it out of my brain. There's something frickin' there, but I just can't.
In regards to what? To
I don't know.
Elsa's instructions?
Something. Yeah, the two maids. I feel like there's something like Subaru coming back, Ram being there, and then the other timeline where he came back by himself, and then the two maids and the shut-in. But she said, like, there's something desynchronized about it. I'm not sure why, but it seems...
You know who suggested it was to bring back, or to bring Ram? Roswaal suggested it. He said...
Oh, we're not going to frickin' start implicating Roswaal in this, are we? Really?
No. It sounds like Roswaal wanted to mess up the script. If he wanted the script to be followed exactly, he would have just said, yeah, go ahead, go back.
Dude, Roswaal is so... This episode, he said this time. He literally pointed it out. Bro, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Oh my gosh. He's like sitting there all smug. He's like, this time? Oh, interesting. Like, he freaking knows there's something up, dude. So that proves that Subaru can kind of communicate to people if they figure it out. But, like, maybe Roswaal is, like, afraid to say something because... This just leads more to, like, that Roswaal understands the power. Because if Roswaal understands the power and he knows that saying something is as bad as Subaru saying something, then they both have to tiptoe around it.
Like, how do you think the witch gets wind that Subaru's giving away information? Is it
I don't know.
From
it could
Subaru's intent?
It could be hand-waved away.
Yeah.
Because, like, look, think about this. If Roswaal knows that he's going to die if he broaches the subject too closely, he's going to be terrified that broaching the subject could get him killed, and then at some point soon there could be a checkpoint.
Yes, yeah.
And then he's like, I don't want to frickin' even touch that whole thing because he won't be able to control that. Subaru dying, totally fine because he just comes back and rewrites things. But Roswaal dying is like, whoa, boy. If I get deleted,
it's over. He dies,
it's over for
it's
me.
Gone. Yeah.
Yeah. If that's the case.
Mm.
But I don't know. There's something's bothering me about this, and I'm not quite sure why. But she said it's supposed to be not as specified. 2 maids and 1 shut-in. It was supposed to be timed to your return. So, like,
what was supposed to be timed to his return?
But here's the thing that's bothering me. She said it was supposed to be timed to your return, but she didn't attack when Subaru arrived. She was already doing the stuff, right?
Yeah.
The plan was already happening. She didn't wait for him at all. So, like, it doesn't make sense. Something's not making sense. I wish I could figure it out. It doesn't make sense.
And how would anybody, Elsa included, know his exact return, right? It took him 2 days to convince the people to let the villagers go, right? Like, how would they know, oh, it's going to take a week of negotiating and, you know, they're going to have to barter back and forth. Oh, no, they pointed out right away. Well, you know what? Emilia's collateral. She can just stay here. Why do you got to keep the villagers? How do they know? Don't know it takes just an hour. But like, you know what? You're right. Yeah, let's just go. Right? Like, who knows? How do they know when his return is supposed to be?
Yeah. Sooner than specified.
And they know that his return is supposed to be just him. He's not supposed to be coming with Ram. He messed with the canon.
Frick, bro, I feel like my brain's gonna explode.
Maybe we've like flirted with the idea of the witches not being evil. Maybe Elsa's faction is truly the evil ones. And
Do you think the witch cult is evil, but not the witches?
I don't know. Like
Do
potentially,
you think the witch cult
yeah.
is based on the false things that have been said about the witches, but actually the witches are good? But then, like, you have Echidna saying all these things about the witches actually being good from her perspective, and that makes me want to disbelieve the whole thing.
Yes, but then you also have somebody like the Archbishop or Archbishop of Gluttony having power to eat memories and all that stuff. Like, is that a power attributed to the title, or is that a power that just this one? Now it looks like they aren't human. They're probably like a half mixed blood thing. Is that a power that thing has, that person has, or is it a power given to the title?
I don't know. That's a fucking great question, bro. It's a great question.
Right? So if
it
it's
would
a power
answer a lot of
given
questions.
to the title, if it's a power given to the title, the witches are evil.
Right.
If it's a power that thing has, it leaves a door open for the witch to be good. And the Sin Archbishop's freaking...
And if the witch factor is something that's been taken from the witches and then repurposed from the bishops inappropriately, right? Thinking that they're misguided.
Oh, frick.
Right?
Okay.
So the Witch of Envy takes the witch factors from the other witches, then kills them, then she gets killed, then the witch factors leave her, and then false rumors are spread about the witches, or the bishops get access to the witch factor, and they start acting like this evil cult. But in reality, the witches were actually more on the side of good. But then again,
or like neutral at least.
Or neutral at least. But then again, it leads me back to Echidna is not doing herself any freaking favors by painting all the witches as good. Because that makes me think, well, then they're actually freaking evil.
Yeah, and just her behavior is like really weird and off. And...
Yeah, like she's just so freaking sus. And you know what? I freaking figured out what's bothering me. No, maybe I'm wrong. I don't want to see that. Nope. Look here. Is this door open? It is. Okay, this door is open.
Yes,
right? He passes a door that's open.
Yeah.
And then I could have sworn there was another shot. That's the open door. Is there another open door? Maybe I'm fucking imagining this. Show me another scene of the hallway, please, I beg. This door is closed.
This one's closed.
Maybe not then. I wish I could see at least one more door behind.
To see if it's open or not?
Yeah, to see if it's open or not. I want to see the doors behind Elsa and see if they're freaking open or not. Because something is not quite right, and I freaking think it's tied to the doors. Is that door open? That's the door behind her. I think that door is open.
Is that not the same one that Subaru just walked past?
No, because the one that Subaru just walked past, he like barely walked past it, and it's in between him and Elsa.
Or the one, that one looks...
That's freaking closed.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
That door's open.
That one's open.
No. Maybe it's perspective. Actually.
Yeah, because he walks through a door, and we see the perspective looking from the door, seeing him walk past. Yeah, I think that's what that door is.
That's that door. I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, because he's at a closed door right now. I can't see if that door's open. Do you think that door back there is freaking open?
It looks closed to me.
I can't decide.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's not going to show. But okay, so man, I freaking look at this, right? I may be totally freaking wrong on this. But like they're showing this door here.
Yeah.
I feel like this is such a weird shot. Like I feel for some reason I feel so much like this shot is super important because like this door is open and it's not damaged. So it wasn't a door that they were fighting around. It's just open. It's so freaking weird to me that they had this particular shot. It jumps out so strongly. And then she says, and then when she says that you came earlier than specified, 2 maids and a shut-in, but the killing had already begun before Subaru arrived, which is also bothering me. But now that I see this door open, the previous doors were open, and it's so close. The previous doors were open, and the killing had already started. She said 2 maids and a shut-in. Is it possible that the shut-in is actually Beatrice and not Subaru? Are we just like projecting the fact that Subaru was a shut-in on the fact like that we know about him and it's not? Because like Subaru's not a shut-in, is he not? Like he was, like we know him as a shut-in, which is why we thought he was a shut-in. But then like there's something about the doors that like it's been bothering me the whole time since we saw that scene with the doors. We were like trying to figure out what's going on with the doors. I'm like, what is happening with the doors? Why are the doors open? It's so freaking weird the doors are open. It like legitimately bothers me.
Really?
Like the doors are open. Yes, it's driving me like crazy.
It was weird, but it wasn't something that I latched onto so much.
It's such a weird detail though. Like why the doors are never open. I don't know if I'm freaking retarded here or like what, but like the doors are freaking me out, bro. The doors being open is the weirdest freaking detail. And then they had that shot right at the end. And I'm just like, okay, something is going on here. So if we assume then that the shut-in is actually Beatrice, then the doors make a lot more freaking sense of them being open. And then the killing have already started. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then it's like, okay,
and
she expected 2 maids and a shut-in. That's why the killing started.
Timed with, yeah. You
the
know
killing was supposed to start before Subaru, like anyone arrived. It might not even have been Subaru, but anyone.
We have to go back and see what she said to Subaru when she saw him first. She's like, oh, you returned. Like, it was almost surprised. Or maybe she said, you finally returned. What did she say to him?
I think she just was happy. I feel like she just was happy that he
was here. Yeah,
that he was here. Yeah, she's like, oh, I told you I would. We could check it. You want to check it?
Let's just check it, just to be sure.
All right, let's check it. All right, everyone, we're here at episode 5. It's not episode 6. I didn't change the thing, but I don't want to confuse anyone.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, okay. So look, like he comes in. Frickin' the doors are open.
Yeah.
It's been bothering me since I saw this scene.
What's going on? I mean, clearly Subaru thinks that it's odd.
Right? They keep doing this shot. This was another shot that they did, and I was just like, okay, interesting shot. Like they're really trying to emphasize the doors being open.
Yeah,
all the doors open because they always show them closed.
Okay.
It's so freaking bizarre to me.
Fair enough.
Like, they're all open. And then before he can see Rem, his freaking organ is out in the open. How embarrassing. Everyone can see it.
Oh, man.
All right. What does she say? Oh, that's freaking brutal. Oh, man. I knew that weapon right away when I saw it. Are we, okay, yeah, you promised.
Didn't you?
You'd take good care of your battles until we met again? Yeah.
Okay, so... I guess she doesn't say much.
No,
she doesn't give away much.
No.
Huh.
Bro, this chick is crazy. Holy frick.
She needs to die, dude.
That was hilarious when she got injured on her arm and she freaking put her finger on the blood and you're like, she's gonna lick it, isn't she? You freaking knew.
She's insane, man. She
yeah,
is
so-
certified insane. Like,
She freaking is, bro. Yeah, so it's like, okay. So if it's not, if okay, so like extrapolating that she has some kind of future sight or somebody has some kind of future sight on the script is too much extrapolation, and we want to say that someone has sold out information, or maybe they just observe them leaving and they know they're going to the sanctuary and they know they're going to be there for a while, right? It could just be as simple as that. But then it's like, who's feeding them information about Beatrice?
yeah, and like, why time this to his return? Why? How are they supposed to know when he's going to be back? Again, there could be a rat somewhere, and so that's all it is. We're thinking too hard about this, and it's like a super simple, plain explanation.
Do you think that it was supposed to be... Freck, I gotta double check this. You thinking that it's supposed to be timed with him coming back?
Yes. I mean, that's what she says, right?
Right. Said, yeah, we've watched this freaking scene so many times at this point.
You came back sooner than expected. Things didn't play exactly as my direction specified. Okay.
Age 1 shut in. Supposed to be timed to your return. Okay. Yeah, good point. Okay, so
somebody knows when he's supposed to come back.
Yeah.
Right? And again, it could be as simple as a rat. Somebody in the sanctuary told them, hey, they're on their way back now.
So in light of all this, it can't be that. It has to be some kind of future prediction, because at this point, no plans have been made for him to come back. However, she already knows of plans of him coming back. Right? At this point, they haven't talked about her failing the trial and that he's going to go back and then they're going to release the villagers. None of these conversations have happened yet. So it has to be...
But why wouldn't they use that clairvoyance or like
because
future sight or whatever you want to call it?
The witch's ability is fricking up... I'm assuming that this is a witch factor ability that's giving them future sight. And we know that the witch's ability fricks around with the other witch's ability. Like Subaru's ability allows him to see the hands. And, you know, his ability here is going to allow him to circumvent the future sight, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gluttony,
I don't know, man.
Gluttony's ability is a witch ability. He's allowed to remember things that Gluttony has taken away.
He remembers Rem. Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So
good
his
point.
ability is allowing him to circumvent the other witch factors from the other bishops. So it's got to be someone with future sight bishop. And then that one bishop's going to be like, what the frick? How is this not going to script, right? Because like he hasn't done anything purposefully to mess up the script that they've probably... Because you probably have to like use the ability or something to like, okay, this is what's going to happen. Then it happens. They go, great. But now Subaru's experienced specifically a prediction on him with this that he can circumvent. And now they're going to be like, what the frick's going on?
Like, how did he do that? Yeah.
Right.
The
question will be, though...
Crazy.
It would be crazy.
Someone actually has that ability, this show's going to go in a completely different direction, dude. Like, I mean, not that I could predict the direction it's going to go in right now, but
sure.
If future sight is a wildly strong ability.
Yes. But then the question becomes, if Subaru can circumvent the future sight prediction that's been made, at what point can they realize that Subaru's rewound or going off script and then rewrite a new script to try and keep up with him? Will they be able to see the new things that Subaru will do in this new life if they rewrite the script?
Okay, so
then it's a battle of going back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Of like Subaru dying and trying to figure out when he's off script and stuff.
So someone uses their future sight, they see the future, and they're like, this is what's about to happen. You move up a day in the timeline. What's supposed to happen doesn't actually happen. And they're like, oh, what the heck? This didn't happen. They use future sight again. Yeah, they use future sight again. They see the new timeline. A day happens. Again, Subaru subverts that. Then they know. if he
Right,
resets
because-
the timeline back, they're going to have to go through that pattern again. But
Right.
once the timeline is saved and they've seen him do this twice already, they know from there forward. From that point
Right. So
forward.
like basically, yeah. So they future sighted, they killed him, got him. Then they
Yes.
future sighted, Subaru circumvents it,
yes.
and then
they're like, whoa.
they're
what
like,
is
whoa. So they could future
Yeah.
sight again and then kill him.
this? Yes,
Then
okay.
they future sight, then Subaru circumvents it, but then they could, and in this loop, I guess they could just keep future sighting at that point and always get the second kill, like guaranteed, because like unless he follows through the exact same steps as the first time, so then they know that the future sight. No, but they'd always know the second time as long as they can catch him that he's known. So he has to follow some level of script, or they're gonna know he's off script if they can rewrite the script, unless the witch's protection insulates him from a second right.
And maybe it's not necessarily so much as writing the script and saying this has to happen. Rather, it's less active and more passive, and it's simply observing. Maybe it's just like, we know what can happen, and now we're going to change the future. Because
True.
we know that unless touched by an outside force,
It'll
whoever this
continue the way.
person is,
Only those
this
with
is
the
where it'll
knowledge
go.
of the script can
Uh-huh.
affect the script.
yes, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Subaru, because he's outside of the script in a
Yeah.
sense. Or it can be.
I mean, that's as good a theory as any I'll get. I don't know, dude.
Or it's nothing like that whatsoever, and there's no future sight, and it was just information. But again, in this context right now, there's no information to convey, so it has to be some kind of future sight. That's my freaking theory, and I'm sticking with it, George.
Just like the Betty theory, until that one was disproven 2 episodes later.
I'm still kind of holding on to that. I'm grasping at the little straws that are left, okay?
I mean, you're right. There's more to Betty than meets the eye. 100%. Like,
Yes.
1,000,000,000%. There is no denying
that's a
that.
fact. That's a
She
fact.
knows about Frederica. Maybe she knows the meaning behind the oath, or like how to break the oath or something. She knows about the witch factor. She knows about Goose, as she calls them. She knows about the sanctuary. She knows, yeah. Betty is the key to a lot of this.
And Subaru has the magic words. They're going to make her frickin' talk.
Exactly.
Next
Roswaal
week-
gave him to him.
Next week's going to be a
Next
frickin'
week,
revelation.
we better get, yes, an info dump that freaking clarifies so much of this. I'm going to go back and skim through some of the other videos just to try and get as caught up information-wise as to what we have.
boy.
It's only going to be 6 episodes. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long, but I want to be like primed and ready to like
Right.
know and understand what she's going to reveal. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
This was
I'm looking forward to it.
hell of a long video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that
Yes.
because
Yeah.
if you wanted to know what it would have been like to watch George and I watch Attack on
Watch
Titan,
Attack on Titan. This was it.
there you
dude.
go. It would have been this for
Except
4 seasons.
this was shorter. This was
True.
2.5 hours, dude. Sometimes we went until like the freaking, it was like 2 a.m. and we were just like nonstop talking, man. And like, yeah.
I'd be genuinely impressed if anyone watches the full length of this, to be totally honest. Especially if we're wrong about like huge swaths of what we're speculating, and then people are just gonna be like, bro, this is freaking nonsense. Like, this is nonsense. So like, just straight up
Listen.
props or forgiveness for, being so
Listen,
nonsensical.
if you watched to the end, the keyword is cookie. If you write that in the comments,
Stop.
we will like heart and like and everything your comment.
Oh my gosh. The first person on YouTube to write cookie. Oh, but wait, there's people watching 2 weeks early. Correct. The first person to write cookie, I was going to say we'll pin their comment, but people are going to watch 2 weeks ahead of
see.
time, and then they're going to be able to like post a comment once it goes live too, to like,
yes,
so I don't
yeah.
know. Whatever. Cookie works.
We'll like it. Yes, exactly. If you just
And
write
don't
that,
just say
we'll see
cookie.
it.
You got to like disguise it a little bit.
Include it in a sentence. Yeah.
Yes, in a
Yes.
sentence so people don't catch on. But anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
That'll be our secret. Exactly. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Like Graham said, there are people watching 2 weeks ahead. Those are the people on the Patreon and the channel membership. And if you want to join them, go ahead and check those out. But with that, we'll see you guys next week for hopefully a very meaty and information dumpy in the good sense episode or series of episodes. But we'll see. Take care, guys.
See you, everybody.